2003 Mazda MPV, rough running, idle, no misfire codes, bank 1, bank 2, system 2 lean, O2 sensor 1, O2 sensor bank 2, sensor 1, 2 lean. Ended up being a big vacuum leak. There's this PCV breather hose that sits at the back of the intake manifold. You can see here it's all collapsing from age. The fumes take their toll on the rubber, and it swells and it gets soft, and you can see there's a hole here, so it collapses and it just sucks air, causing the lean condition at idle. The redesigned hose here, reinforced here, plastic molding of some kind, so this should not collapse again in a similar manner. So it's just a matter of tugging it under the intake manifold and connecting underneath the throttle body to where the PCV breather tube is, and that solves rough running at idle and all the lean codes. Don't replace O2 sensors. Okay, here's the data log after the fix. I didn't clear codes, so you can see here that the long-term fuel trim on bank 1 and the long-term fuel trim on bank 2 is still up high at 14%, adding fuel because of that vacuum leak. It thinks that there still is a vacuum leak, and you can see here also that the idle, starting the car starts at a high idle, and then as the engine warms up, the idle comes down. So this is me not doing anything, just letting it idle and letting it relearn. Short-term fuel trim right away once starting. After a few seconds, obviously it takes a while for the O2s to come online. The short-term fuel trim, you can see it's coming down right to minus 25% fuel. So it's subtracting all the extra fuel that it had in memory that it needed because of the vacuum leak. And then over time, right about here is when the long term started to switch back down to near zero. The only thing that I'm not quite 100% sure is why there is this initial spike back up. I think that could just be a verification of the ECM going back to the stored long-term value that it had in memory, and then seeing that the short-term fuel trim had to come down again, and then it reevaluated itself basically, and then dropped back down to where it should be now, close to zero. If somebody knows for sure, I'm not too familiar with the Mazda strategy, fuel strategy, or whatever you want to call it, but as you can see, like I said, the short-term fuel trim was doing its job, taking fuel away, starting at minus 25 and then slowly towards the end hovering at plus minus the zero mark. What you want to see is a O2 or a short-term fuel trim that goes negative positive, switching between negative and positive, with the long-term hovering close to zero. And this was a fix with the vacuum hose repaired.